God dang, y'all. You know what? I have some of the most handsome god dang viewers I've ever seen in my life. You guys are so god dang. You ladies are beautiful. You men's are handsome. Man, I got some of the best looking viewers there is out there. Thank you guys for tuning in to watch. So, if you have not, smash that subscribe button, man. It's completely free. No fees. No, nothing. You just hit the button. Alright, y'all. So, it is the next morning. Yesterday, I got his tabs. Or, I'm sorry, his hall corner, cage corner. Things I made, mounted. I got his hoops rolled. I also welded up a lot of the welds that weren't finished. I'm pretty sure I got them all. Something's going on my screen. I'm gonna be right back. Alright, my screen's still glitching, y'all. But anyways, I got his hoops tacked on. Let's try this again. Screen's still glitching. Any of y'all got a GoPro you want to donate, let me know. Because this thing's... Alright, y'all, I had to slap my camera around a little bit, make it start working again. This thing starts glitching every once in a while, and I don't know what's going on with it or how to really fix it, but I do just put it on a charger, and even though it has battery, and it somehow self-corrects. So what I was getting back to is I've done some a little bit more since I tried to film last. So I got 3 braces in on each side. Now you will see that they go whoop whoop into each other, because when you use that roller and you're by yourself, sometimes 90% of the time they like the corkscrew, and you can I kept it as straight as I could, and I actually thought I did really good. And anyways, it's not a big deal, because as you see how perfect and straight these are, those will be the same as I work it and go around, because I'm manipulating as I go. I'll give y'all a little rundown. So see how they're perfectly lined with one another? Come out around, you can see the back one. Well, if they're not, when you start doing this, what I'll do is I'll put my bar in, I'll weld up one side, and if this side's out further or this side's out further, depending on which side's out further, depending on which way I'll put this, but I'll put this bar in here and I'll pull it here on this side that I'm holding, and I'll pull from that side. I don't have 2 hands, so it's kind of hard for me to show you, but I'll put one hand here and one hand to that end, and I'll just pull it and manipulate it and bend it to where it lines up. And then I'll weld the back side, and when you weld the back side, it holds it right in place. But the top is still all funky, but that's fine. It's gonna look amazingly perfect once I continue to work through there and put my braces in. Also, when I start on my plates down here, I'll make a tack either on the inside or the outside centered, and I will take my level. Now, I don't level the boat to do this, because the boat might not be sitting level on the ground or whatever. So I know my shop floor is pretty flat and pretty straight, and this is how the boat will be seen, sitting on the ground or on the hill or on the trailer or wherever. It's going to be sitting the same way it is on this floor. So I'll throw my level up there, and I will get it level. And when I get it level, I will weld all the way around to kind of hold it. Same for all 4 corners. And after I do that, then it starts to get perfect as you add your bars in. If it does pop out a little bit from level when you let go of it after welding it solid, it's good enough to where when you put in your little braces here, it makes it perfectly level and perfect. At least that's how it works for me, and that's how I do it. Just a quick bit of info, or maybe not so quick, but there's just a bit of info. And but again, I got to work on getting this, because you can see it just goes whoop. at the top, real thin, from decently wide. So I'm gonna work on continuing to do this. Then we got to make a center hoop for the engine and make tabs for all that. So that's a process in itself, and that's time consuming because there's no blueprints for this. There's no instruction manual for this. It's all custom. It's got to be figured out in my brain and put down on this here rigging. Alright, so I'm gonna get back to it. Alright y'all, so I went ahead, got my center hoop mounted and made. Pretty simple, straight. It is a simple hunt boat. Why go fancy on a simple hunt boat that has a simple hunt boat price? So I'm putting in my bars. I got this one there, that corner, this corner first, and I just put this one, and I got this cut, and I gotta go mark it for the other side. That's where we're at with it. And you see it's got like a slant to it. It's gonna roll back. That's where we're at. We'll be right back, you guys. All right, y'all, so I just got all the bars on except for the swoops down here, but they're all in from there all the way around to both sides. See it kind of swoops at an angle, and it's going to swoop back and into there. Y'all will see it soon enough, but that's where we got with the old girl. Looking pretty sweet. I do like it. It is a clean look, but again, I just haven't done it in a while. I've been doing other things. I'm talking about that swoop angle. I think it's hard to tell in the camera, but yeah, so I'm probably gonna work on putting in my bottom swoop pieces that come up and around, and probably gonna call it a day after that because it is 4:10 or so, and I've got to go get in a tree stand, man. I gotta go kill long time lariats at my goddamn feeder. All right. Well, all right, y'all. It is the next day, and as soon as I ended the clip, about 15 minutes later, after staring at the boat, my knee was hurting, and I was just done for the day. So I got out here this morning. So I got out here and I made that bottom hoop, and I made the other one. I made his rudder tab mount bar things there and there. I started putting in his top brace from there to there, and I'm gonna do something I never have done before, and there's nothing wrong with it. That's why I'm gonna do it, and it's a little easier and less pieces and less welds. All right, y'all, so this is what I was talking about just 2.5 seconds ago. That bar goes down, same with that one. So when you see it, it goes whoop. There ain't nothing wrong with that. It's just different style, but it works just fine. A lot of boats on the river are done that way. Never done it. This is my first time, and I might inquire it to some of my cages from here on out every once in a while. So again, every boat I do something different just about, or I try new stuff, and some things I like, some things I don't. I learn something every day. So that's what we done with this one, and I'm gonna take, so at the minute I'm gonna take me a short break, and I'll be back in a minute. All right, y'all, so it is the next day. I've been working out here a little bit. Yesterday I did a little bit to this boat, and then we worked on the deck over, the $3,000 boat. It's been a while, and Zach is slacking, and I'm trying again to get it done so we can get our money and my time and my materials and everything I put into it, my money back, and do what we were supposed to do from the get-go, you know. I know things take time, but it's almost done, and it doesn't need a lot of time right now. So just needs a little bit of time and a lot of work, and she's good, ready to sell, make a profit. But anyways, yesterday, I don't know if I showed y'all this or not, but what I did yesterday was put this wire all around the cage. It's on the same spot on the other side. He wanted it to be just like his original cage, which I believe I showed y'all. If not, I will. It's the same. It's the same as this. It's out sitting on my fence. I don't feel like walking out there. But anyways, it's the same as this. It's got this on it in the same spot. And I also did it there on the other side. I put in more, I put in the legs going down to the stringers for the jacks. I ran them long because I didn't have any threaded rods, so I know they're straight. So when I pull this rigging back out, I will mark every one top and bottom where they need to be cut, and I will cut the legs right here coming off the jacks. They're running long, so I know they were straight and they were center of the stringers. So anyways, I put his tab for his light in the back of the cage like I do. I put his flag tab there. I also put the tabs on for the rudders, which we went with the cheap, old school, just straight hunt boat style, without the hind joints, which I want to really start doing every boat now. But I also put on his lean and rich tab, also his mounts for his box, so it can mount on there. I put one piece of 5/16 threaded rod, I believe. Yeah, 5/16 stainless rod for his battery holder. I still have to figure out what I'm gonna do in the back, but my knee is still hurting. But anyways, y'all, my knee is still really hurting real bad. So for me to get in this boat and crawl around like I normally would, I can't do that and finish the mounts for the battery or the tank mounts yet, which I'm going to do when I get it out of the boat. So when I pull everything back out, I can maneuver around it without having to bend my knee so much, so I'll do that. All right, y'all, so also I'm doing something I have never done before with a steering stick. I'm putting his nitrous button in the steering bar, the steering stick. I'm putting it up at the top so he can hit it with his thumb. And I've never wired anything into a steering stick before, but it's common sense to me, so I'm gonna show y'all how I'm doing it. I could do it wrong, I don't know, but in my mind, it's the only way I see to do it, and I feel that it's the right way to do it. So, I've only got step one done, so I'll show you each step as I go. But what I done drilled a hole in the bar, and I'm running this roll of steel cable instead of a string or something that'll melt when I'm welding the outside. So this shouldn't get affected too much, and by the time I put my steering bar up here and drill a hole in it, run the wire through, set it where I need to, weld it. Anyway, you'll see how I do it. But anyways, you guys, I'll show you how I do it. I've tried to the best I can each step as I do it and get it done. I don't have a tripod anymore. My son just broke it, so I can't really set this up, and I don't know how to time lapse. It would be like a 50-minute video of me doing this, so I'll just show you when I get the next step done. All right. Also, real quick, y'all, I like to double my steering sticks, meaning if it's a piece of 3/4 conduit, which outside diameter is like 7/8, so it's like almost 1 inch. But conduit, when you're talking 3/4, it's inside diameter. So 1/2 inch conduit inside diameter is 1/2 inch. Outside diameter, it's like 3/4. So, anyways, I don't know if I'm going to double sleeve this, which I'd take a piece of the 1/2 inch. That's why I was explaining sizes. I would take the 1/2 inch and slide it inside this and tack it on the edge so it stays in place. I hope I might try to find a way to go around doing it and just brace it really well so it shouldn't break. But this guy hunts out of it and goes in like 10-foot grass and stuff. I don't want him to have to work it too hard and break it, so I'm going to try to sleeve it, but if I don't, because of having to run the wire through it, I'm not sure of. So I'm gonna have to think. I'm not even gonna finish explaining what I was explaining because I'm not sure yet. So let me figure out what I'm gonna do. All right, you guys, well, I was able to sleeve it. So I sleeved it, and at the bottom I tacked it. The inside sleeve, the outside sleeve, or the outside bar. Took it over my drill press, had to move my drill press over, get it off the wall. And I drilled it. Then I took my wire, ran it through there, then ran it through there, stuck it up to where the hole was higher in the 1 inch that goes to your Gooder bearings. That way there's no tag or anything trying to get really caught, and fish the wire through. So that's what I've done so far. And I'm sure I'm gonna have to electric tape the whole wires going through the stick just so the tape gets caught instead of the inside wire and arcing something out in there. I have rubber washer grommet things that go in drilled holes or cut holes. So it's a nice rubbered edge, but it would have melted under the heat of the welder. So, first time, guys, but we're gonna figure it out. All right, y'all, so I just had to take it off, and now I can't run my wire back through, so I had to take my Gooder bearings off, pull it out, because I couldn't take the wire out. I had to take this one side off, pull it through the other. And I had to bend it out, because he wants an oh shit bar, grab bar on both sides of the seat. And I don't ever do that, because it just don't make sense to me. If you're holding on, you need to be holding on to the stick, not a grab bar on the stick side. Hold on to the grab bar on the other side and hold the stick. You're really gonna be in trouble. Unless he just wants it for armrests, I don't know. But it's what he wants, that's what he gets. So anyways, I had to take it apart, pull it out, bend it out with my conduit bender so it comes straight up from the center point. And it don't look bad at all. Now I'm gonna put another brace in it. Even though it's sleeved, still just give him a little style to it and put something in there. But it's still gonna have to be cut. This is gonna be cut shorter. He also wants a T-handle on there. So I'm gonna have to drill and run that wire through one more piece, which is no big deal. But put it out to a T for him. All right, y'all. So I got all the rigging out of the boat, cage out of the boat. I am going to start wiring the cage. So I'm going through making some marks. My tape measure and marker. We're tacking the wires on. So I put these two on there first. Those two. I got my next two cut. And we got some wiring to do. All right, y'all. Got the whole front side of the cage done. It's all tacked together and solid. Now, being this is a hunt boat, and he wanted to have this smaller pattern on there, and this is 90% of where the grass and everything's going to get stuck in the boat. You know, it's going to run through the boat. It's going to hit the cage down here. Anyway, so I went from a 4x4 pattern to here. Then from here I went to a 3x4 pattern, 3 inches, because I ran it all 4. I did this way 4, and then when I got to here I did 3, and then from here down 2.5. So you see it goes 2.5, 3, 4. A lot of times hunt boats and stuff, you get all that grass and everything on your cage, your prop can't suck no air. So anyways, y'all, where all the debris and stuff will be in the bottom of the boat trying to go through the cage, I ran a tighter pattern. Where that's going to be slapping and getting stuck to the cage, I ran a slightly tighter pattern. Where you're going to have your airflow flowing, I ran a bigger pattern. But it all looks good and it all turned out good. Nothing's been wired brushed. All these tacks are brown. That stuff will wipe off. But it hadn't been wired brushed yet. Like that one. And clean off those. All that stuff will wipe off, and when you hit a wire brush, it'll shine the weld up. Alright, y'all, the cage is done. I started at about 10 o'clock this morning. It's about 4:45. Cage is done. Everything's tacked together. Everything's solid. No loose wires. No noise nowhere. 4x4 on the outside. 4x4. 3x4. 2.5x4. Well, all right, y'all. Next morning. So far, I put in his NOS bracket, his NOS bottle holder. I welded his tab on for his NOS hookups, all his nitrous purging things, whatever they are, solenoids or something. I did his battery tab to hold on there. I did his tank tab to hold it on there. We reused his old piece from the top of his old rigging, because that's exactly how it was on the old one. That's how he wanted it back. All right, y'all, my camera has been messing up so much that you guys missed out on a whole section and chunk of this boat build. But anyways, rigging is all back in the boat. Yes, it is painted. Yes, I did paint it. No, I do not paint. But I happened to work a deal with this guy, and like I said, there's no guarantees on this paint, because that's hard, very hard for me to get paint to stick to conduit. I've tried, you guys have watched the videos, you've heard me say it, I have tried everything from wiping it down to vinegar, spraying it down with acid, roughing it up with sand, everything, you name it. I just couldn't get the paint to stick. So there's no guarantee on it, but it looks good, and it will for a while until it gets eventually either baked on by the sun or scratched off by sawgrass. But I am still working on putting the boat back together. I still have his steering stick over there leaning against my door, which you probably can't see it. Anyways, the steering stick's over there. I still got a mount and hook up. I still have to make two things left. His jack legs for his jack. That's where I ended up putting his nitrous bottle. I still have to make the steering stick, or the steering bar from the bell crank, which I also remade. I don't know if you guys saw that, but I made him his new bell crank. His old bell crank is right here. Some of it. There's another part of it. Anyways, his new bell crank is on that I made, but I have to make his bar from his bell crank to the steering stick, and I got the stainless threaded rod for his jacks. I just have to cut some of that angle up in the rafters, slide the threaded rod through, weld it on, and put the nuts on and stuff, but then that's done. Then the boat is done. The first job, now he wants me to build him a new grass rake, because this is just ugly as hell, because someone couldn't roll it or bend it right, which actually this was built, and that old rigging, not my rigging, but the old rigging, and this rake was built by Cottonmouth. So when I say that roll is big and ugly, this is a good roll. That'll look way better than that roll. So as soon as I get this rigging finished and a seat mounted and a few other things, steering arm and all that stuff, we'll be starting a grass rake. Or while the day is still young, I might just do the grass rake here in a minute and finish up the couple little things I have to on the rigging. All right, y'all, the boat's done. I have one thing left to do. Take this old homemade frog chute and mount it on the tabs, or I don't even know if I'm gonna mount it. I'm just gonna take it off, send it to the boat, he can mount it. That's the little mount I made for it. The new grass rake. There's his old grass rake. New one. It's got a piece of stainless on the front, because that's what he wanted.
That's the Lord Jesus. The Lord Jesus. So he gives you these appetizers.
She done, you guys. I hope you can see it well. This camera. It's hard to tell with this little screen. He's gonna have to wire it back up, this butt connector, everything. It's all labeled.
Lord, make me an instrument of your peace. Where there is hatred, let me so love. Where there is injury, pardon. Where there is doubt,
Oh, there's the wires for his nitrous button. All ran through and hanging down there.
where there is sadness, joy. O divine Master, grant that I may not so much seek to be consoled as to console, to be understood as to understand, to be loved as to love. For it is in giving that we receive. It is in pardoning
From the old.
that we are pardoned. It is in dying
Here's the old cage.
for the devil lie.
See, it had the wire on it about the same. Oh crap, I forgot his flag. Anyways, she's done, y'all. She done. But remember, as always, guys, I love you. Jesus loves you. And until next time, guys, see ya.